Welcome back. There's a big night ahead with the first and possibly the only presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris tonight.
Yeah, we asked political science professor Thom from UNCG to join us for some insight here. So what are the big topics we should expect to hear tonight?
I think you're going to definitely hear about the economy and inflation. You're going to hear about immigration. They're going to be asking people for some specific plans. What are you going to do about inflation? What are you going to do about the economy? For Trump, they're going to ask him about women's rights. They're going to ask him about abortion. Those are going to be some of the hot button issues. I think foreign policy, we haven't heard much about foreign policy in this race yet, but obviously with what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on in the Middle East, I think there's going to be some focus on foreign policy that people aren't really expecting because it's an important issue.
Mm-hmm. So in sum, it's really going to run the gamut with all the different topics. Let's talk about tonight. This is historic because this is the first time they're going to actually be going face to face. They really haven't had much exchange before. What do you think each candidate, what will their strategy be?
I think the strategy for Trump has got to be to keep this about the issues. He's got to push her on her changing position on some issues. She took more progressive positions in the 2020 election. She's now backing away from, and he's going to try his best to tie her to the weaknesses of the Biden administration. Some of the things, particularly inflation and the economy and immigration. For her, she really wants to make this about him. She wants to make this about his personality. She wants to make this about some of the things that he said, some of the things that he's done. She would rather stay away from some of the issues and push him. You know, if she could get him to go off script a little bit and come across as overly aggressive, that's really what she would be shooting for.
We know that moderators will be muting the microphones when the other person is speaking. And then we've also heard that they won't have any pre-written notes. Do these two factors, benefit either one?
I don't think so. I mean, they have been around a long time. I know he's obviously got more experience. I think I read he's been through 7 presidential debates, which would be more than anybody. She hasn't been through them. She did the vice presidential debate with Mike Pence, in which she showed pretty well 4 years ago. She's an attorney, she was a prosecutor. I think she'll be fine without notes. And he, even when he has notes, doesn't follow them. So I don't think he really needs notes. I think he's going to be fine when it comes to that as well. I don't think that'll be an issue.
Really big question here is, will this debate actually make a difference? Because I know a lot of people have already made up their minds, or could this change people's minds?
Well, I think that absolutely could change people's minds. You know, people say debates don't really matter, but that's what drove Biden out, was his debate performance. Now, I don't expect either of them to have that kind of performance, but particularly I think the stakes are much higher for Harris, because a lot of people don't really know that much about her. You know, they saw her on the convention, but she didn't take a lot of policy positions. People are looking to learn more about her. I mean, the reality is, if you look at polling when it comes to Trump, he's about 47%. He's been 46, 47% before the assassination attempt, after what everybody thought would be a bump of the convention. I mean, that's just where he is. I think she's around there as well. Most polls have them within a point of each other, point or two nationally. But I think she's got more room to both grow and lose votes, depending on how she does. People already know Trump, if they love him or they hate him. I think most have made up their mind on him. There's a few in the middle, but she's got the potential to grow or lose those votes much more than he does.
All right, millions will be watching. You can watch tonight's debate at 9 o'clock right here on WFMY News 2. Then stick around for WFMY News 2 at 11 for a complete breakdown of the debate and also the major takeaways.